I sit here in my home gym. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that, fuck that. I don't even know what I was gonna say, but fuck that. I shouldn't be scared. I shouldn't be sitting here being scared to talk about this. And many other people out there shouldn't be sitting here as a white man being scared to talk about this, being absolutely frightened to talk about this. Because on one end, you got the side of people who are saying, you know, if you speak up as a white man, you know, you can't talk, because you don't know what we've dealt with in the past. And then you got the other side saying, if you don't speak up as a white man, you're a part of the problem, you're a part of the racist problem, as part of anyone else who's racist. I've seen so much bullshit on Twitter. Quite frankly, I sit here in confusion, like, do I say something about it? Do I speak my thoughts, or do I not? Or do I just ignore it? And if I ignore it, am I a part of the problem? Am I part of the racism problem? Because I can tell you quite frankly right now, I'm not racist. I'm not racist at all. And I'm not gonna start sitting here and explain why, because that's not what the issue is that's going on right now in this world. The issue that's going on in this world right now is racism towards black people. It doesn't matter if you're African American, you know, if you're African or black in Australia where I live, or wherever you are, it don't matter. What the issue is right now that's going on right now is racism towards black people. And then you've got the other spectrum saying like, oh no, all lives matter. It's not just black lives that matter, but that's like going out with a house on fire and the firemen putting that house out and you going, what about all the other houses? But the other houses aren't on fire. You're not gonna go and put them out because they're not on fire. There's only one house on fire right now. And whilst all lives do matter, yes, all lives do matter, but black lives matter too. They're not saying black lives matter only, they're saying black lives matter too. Of course we're going to go out and start saying black lives matter, because what do you think just happened? And rest in peace to George Floyd, because stuff like that makes my skin just boil, just seeing how someone could just take someone's life just for the color of their skin. I haven't really done a lot of research, and I've heard that apparently he went into a store and used some fake money or something, and then that he got police called up on him, and then there's some surveillance footage. But I mean, who were to know that he even knew that was fake money? Like, there's so much fake money going on around in the world. People just don't know what's fake money. Like, you can check it, but you're not gonna just grab you're not gonna get some money and just grab it and check the money and see if it's fake all the time. No one's just gonna be doing that. And whether he knew it was fake money or not, no matter what he did, he could have walked in that store and punched someone in the face and said, fuck you. It don't matter what he did. You don't put your knee to someone's neck and end their life because of the color of their skin. Because I can vouch for anyone, and I know anyone would say this, but if that person was a white person or any other race, they would just have most likely just given a warning charge, maybe taken down to the station, maybe in cuffs, but they wouldn't have been killed because of the color of their skin. And this is the issue that's going on right now, especially during the whole COVID-19 stuff. We have COVID-19 happening, and then we have this happening. And now people are going out doing protests, and I understand people doing protests, but then you got the people that are going out doing riots, doing God knows what. And I know a lot of them are wearing masks, but that don't mean you can't get sick. COVID-19 is going on right now. You go out and do a ton of protesting and I know people want to speak up, and that's the whole point of doing what I'm doing now on camera. There needs to be a safer way in our day and age to speak up about this. And I'm saying this because we can't just go out and speak up anymore like this. And the reason we can't do that is because we're in a world and we're in an economy right now that's suffering badly from COVID-19. You risk just going out the door and catching the virus and possibly risking your life just to go out there and protest. I mean, is putting your life at risk really that important? Like, I don't know how to say this, but like, we should be protesting, but we should be protesting how all these other people are protesting that I see are doing online, you know, making videos and protesting about it and doing and maybe donating to places. I don't know, we should be doing anything but going out and rioting and looting and destroying places. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense at all. If you want to get your point across, how are you going to get your point across doing other things that will get you in a criminal offense? That's like fucking someone being shot dead and then me going out going, oh, that's messed up, you shot him dead, and then shooting someone dead for getting revenge. Like, there's other ways of protesting. You don't need to riot and loot to make a point. Like, I've seen some video of even some old white dude walking up to the military, or not the military, but walking up into the police with these big ass suits and shields, and they push him over and he falls over and he's bleeding out of his head. One officer goes to try and help him and the other one's like, nah, leave him. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, what has this world come to where we're acting just so barbaric? Like, it makes no sense to me. And I want to go back to what I was saying before. I shouldn't sit here being afraid as a white man to speak up about these things, but I am. And the reason why I am sitting here being afraid to speak out as a white man is just as simple as because I'm privileged. I'm privileged. There may not be a big black problem here in Australia where I live right now, like as big as America, but we still have problems towards black people and they still get treated unfairly everywhere you go. And I know, sitting here just as a white person, I know I'm privileged and I know I have more privileges. I had cops search me the other week. I was talking on the phone with a mate and at the park, and I had no reason to be there, and they came up to me searching me, asking why are you here, and then after that I explained why I was there. I was just getting some fresh air. I was on the phone talking to a mate, and then they just let me go. I am 100% convinced that if that was someone else of a different color, like maybe a black or Aboriginal, or don't matter what type of black person they are, because of the color of their skin, they might be treated a bit more differently and told, oh no, we're going to take you down into the station and do some more questioning. And I sit here being afraid to talk about these things because I shouldn't be sitting here complaining. I shouldn't be sitting here complaining because I don't have this problem where, like here in my community where I am right now, one, I've never seen anything like this happen in my life. Two, this George Floyd stuff isn't happening where I am. So I sit here going, I want to speak out about it. I'm afraid of people having a go at me for not speaking out about it. Then I'm afraid of people having a go at me for speaking about it because I'm a white person who has privileges. And I hate to say it, but it's true. Because of the color of my skin, I have more privileges, and I shouldn't have to say that. I sit here, it makes me angry, and I can't imagine the pain some of you are going through right now. I can't imagine the pain that you guys are going through right now. And I shouldn't have to say it, but there aren't It annoys me just having to speak about this, because to me all I see is one race, and that's the human race. It don't matter where you're white, black, Asian, Latino, Mexican. It don't matter what you are. We're all human beings. You can't control the color of your skin and you can't control your race, and I shouldn't have to be sitting here explaining you can't control these things. These are variables you can't control. You're just born into this world the way you're born into this world. For someone to go out there and put their knee on your neck just because of the color of your skin, it still mind boggles me. It mind boggles me to this day. And I also hate myself for in the past saying, I'm not gonna sit here in front, many people in the past have said the N-word not being of color. And I'm not gonna front and sit here and say it and act like I haven't said it in the past when I was younger as a little kid, as a little stupid teenager saying things that doesn't understand what they're saying, or for example, doing a cover of a Hobson cover I did online when I was 17, and then because he said the N-word, I said the N-word. I'm not gonna front. I have said things that I didn't understand the nature of what I was saying. And I've never said it towards them people. I've just said it whether I'm singing a song, or whether I'm making a parody of a song, or whether I'm just joking around with my friends that aren't of color. I've said that word, and it even infuriates me to this day, looking back and thinking, how could anyone use such a word and not understand that using such a word people don't understand the history of such a word. I have family members who, I hate to say, are also young and they don't understand that word, so they go around joking around using that word, and I hate hearing people use that word that shouldn't. The word shouldn't exist. The N-word shouldn't exist. That's just my opinion. It shouldn't exist. It comes from such a hateful nature. We shouldn't be saying it at all. And I understand why people say it. I understand why black people say the N-word, and I understand that, and they should be allowed to say that. But I know I'm ignorant and I'll never fully understand the history for the word, and I'll never fully understand it. I'm just someone who I think if the word stems from something that's hateful, why give the word attention? You know what I mean? I don't want to give anything hateful attention. I just don't get it, man. I just don't get it. And then you got people, and I'm not saying of any just one race, of all races. Race shouldn't be a thing. You got tons of people giving people problems for not speaking up about it when they don't want to speak up about it, but are still trying to do something. For example, there was a celebrity, and I can't remember who it was, but people were having a go because they were like, oh, I thought he would speak up about it, but he didn't. But behind the scenes, he donated $2 million. Just because people aren't speaking up about things, it doesn't mean people aren't trying to make a difference and do something. Some people just don't want to publicly speak up about things because they're afraid, like myself. This past week, I've just been disgusted with the amount of stuff that I see on Twitter. Disgusted, badly wanting to speak up about it, but then I sit here thinking, I'm white, I'm privileged. Do I even have the voice, or do I even have the right to speak up about these things when I've never dealt with these things before? And I I can't fucking imagine, I can't stress this enough, I can't imagine the pain some people are going through that I've never dealt with. And it sits me and it makes me sit here and be pissed off for the people that have to deal with these things that I've never had to deal with before. I sit here, you know, being white, being privileged, not being able to walk past the cop and go, "Hi, officer," and they're going, "Hi, how you been?" and just walk past. And then I see all this stuff on Twitter with people just going up to, like, I saw a ton of videos on YouTube and Twitter and everywhere of cops just walking up to people that are black just for eating on a subway station. Tons of other people that are white, whatever races, walking down the subway station, they're eating food. They're fine, but then this black person who's eating some food on the subway station in America or whatever country, because of the color of the skin, the cops come on and saying, "Oh, you're not allowed to eat on this subway station. You have to get the hell off. We're going to charge you." You know, they grab him, handcuffed him for eating on a subway station when tons of other people are eating on a subway station. Just because he looks suspicious and just because he has a certain color to him, the cops think they find it necessary to go up to him and start with him. Like, why? We have black cops. We should be past the day and age of all the history of, you know, slavery and all that stuff that happened in America and everywhere. We should be past that by now. But in 2020, we're still having to deal with just absolute disgusting racism. And I hate, it just makes us all look bad. It just makes us all look bad as a human race. As a human fucking race in general, it just makes us all look horrible and all look bad. It just makes us all look terrible as a human race. Like, I can just imagine another species just looking down on our earth, ashamed and going, "Nah, I don't want to fuck with them guys, because them guys are just fucked up," you know, rioting, looting, you know, killing, you know, being racist towards just people of the color of the skin, rape, murder. It don't matter. Like, at this day and age, we should be past a lot of this stuff, but we're not. You know, we still, as a human race, we still are collectively doing fucked up things to just make our human race more and more fucked up and just make the rest of us look bad. Like, it just pisses me off, man. And seeing racism in my family as well pisses me off too, because I have racist family myself. And I'm not gonna sit here and say they're like fully racist, but, you know, I have family that have been racist and done stupid shit just because of the color of their skin or just because they're an immigrant, or it don't matter who you are. You know, we're all human beings. You know, you shouldn't just judge someone by the color of their skin, and it just makes me realize that I'm someone who's guilty of doing these things too. You know, I've walked past someone who I thought was shady, not because of the color of their skin, but just because they look a bit shady, and even that in a sense is also just judging someone by the cover of their book, you know. And I understand judging someone by the cover of the book because of your own safety, but judging someone just because of the color of their skin, like, nah, I'm not all for that. And if you're someone who's one of my friends or family members who don't agree with me, or, I mean, you cannot agree with me, but who are racist and a part of the problem itself, literally, I urge you to fuck off and never speak to me again, because I don't want that negativity. I don't want that surrounding me, and I don't want that influence of racism around me, because as a white person, I sit here being afraid that people think I'm racist because I'm white. And, you know, a lot of white people have a history of being racist towards people of color, you know. And either way, I don't know what else to say about the situation. That's just my thoughts on the situation. You know, I sit here recording this on my phone, you know, with a shitty shirt mic, not trying to make this look fancy or nothing. You know, not really trying to make this look fancy, because I just want to get up my thoughts on this whole situation, because I just think this whole situation is just absolutely disgusting. And then you have rioting and looting that's making it worse, making it more worse for people, making us look more disgusting, and making the good protesters look more disgusting. I mean, you have Jake Paul, I don't understand how much of a fuckhead you can be, like, going out and trying to film such a situation. I saw Logan Paul on Instagram, and not because of him, because of someone else filmed Logan Paul protesting with just a small group of people with no cameras, nothing. He didn't go out there. We're talking about Logan Paul, someone who has a history of suicide forest and doing all these and tasing dead rats. We're talking Logan Paul, who went out and he didn't bring a camera. He just protested because he wanted to make a difference, and he didn't bring a camera. He didn't try to make views out of it or nothing, or bring it into the public eye. And I don't understand how Jake Paul can have a Logan Paul moment and do something like go out and film, try and get fucking views off of such a situation and show the bad writing and participates in it by taking a wine bottle. Oh my God, like a bottle of vodka. I don't know what it was, but like, I don't understand. Jake Paul, you're a fuckhead. You're an absolute fuckhead. You're a big influencer. People are gonna see this and think it's okay to do the same thing. And I got nothing but respect for Logan Paul for not trying to make views out of the situation. Like, he's definitely changed as a human being. But this ain't about that though. You know, this is also about the rioting and looting. That's not gonna help. It's not gonna help at all. It's just, you know, and it's making the good protesters look bad. You have protesters, you have George Floyd's brother who was in the middle of a protest saying, this isn't how George Floyd wants to be remembered, and this isn't what George Floyd would want you to do. You know, he would want you to go out there and peacefully protest, not go out and be barbaric. George Floyd's brother. And my heart aches and goes out towards George Floyd and his family and his wife and his daughter that will never get to see his daughter that will never have a father growing up. I don't understand. Anyway, that's my thoughts on this. I mean, you know, this obviously wasn't for views or wasn't for nothing. This wasn't because I wanted to show, that I'm not racist. This has nothing to do with me or making myself look good or making myself look any certain way or get any certain views or attention. This is literally just to try and add to the good protesting and just speaking up to try and make a difference, you know? Whether one person sees this, whether 1,000 people see this, whether no one sees this, I don't care. Me just trying to make my difference is all that matters to me, because it just, it just sucks what's going on in the world right now during coronavirus too. So yeah, that's all I'm going to speak on the topic. I need a workout or something and reflect on this, because the human race, man, I don't understand it. My heart goes out once again to George Floyd and his family and all you people of color out there and anyone who's aching right now, and black people, anyone. My heart goes out towards you, man, because it's just absolutely fucked up what you guys have to deal with, and it's just fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. I hope as a human race we can just learn from this and change and evolve, and all come together and make peace, because that's all I want. I just want unity. I just want unity. I want everything to be equal, and I want peace in this world, Black lives matter. And black lives don't only matter, we know this, but black lives matter too. That's all I'm gonna say.